For those of you who don't remember, last year's Christmas episode may have been a little over the top.
I don't sleep.
Oh, yeah. He was certainly over the top. But I was referring more so to the fact that I shot and killed someone. That reminds me. Yep, the body is still there for some reason. This year, there's gonna be absolutely no electrocuting blonde douchebags to death with jumper cables. No. This year, we're looking at a 1989 horror film called Elves. You know, that Dan Haggerty movie I referenced last week.
I got several big deals all lined up.
That's right, he's gonna star in a Christmas horror film called Elves. What, did you think I just pulled an Elves reference out of my ass for no reason whatsoever? I can see why you might think that. This is a movie about how a killer troll ended up in a movie called Elves that also contains Nazi satanic rituals and mall girls. Son of a bitch. This movie's gonna be worse than Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, isn't it? Oh, well, how could this movie be bad when it's introed in the same style as a Sega CD game? I see this was later in his career when Dan Haggerty was just a doll. Excuse me, the movie prefers to be called Little People. Don't worry about that. It'll stop the people trying to rob your house. And I'm not even talking about the ornament. I'm talking about the fact that Elves is playing on your TV. Proving that it was incredibly hard to fight boredom in 1989, 3 girls set out into the woods to hold a ceremony to raise the spirit of an elf.
What is this, a script?
Funny, that's what the producers of the movie said. Hey, girls, that's not how you get high.
We bemoan Christmas as a petty, over-commercialized media event.
Whew. More of that war on Christmas I've been hearing about. Though I think that the word Christmas would actually prefer for this movie to be called a holiday movie. All of this has to do with the spirit of the Virgin of Christmas. And if she's a virgin, then I watch great movies for a living.
Hey, the candle!
Holy shit, the candle was doing what it was supposed to be doing. Unfortunately, they don't finish their reenactment of the craft, so they leave. But not before some of Kristen's blood spills on the ground. Oh, this is the part where he pulls Jason's mask down to hell with him. So did they even need that magic book or the naked virgin Christmas lady? All they needed was some blood on the ground. Accidental Satanism! Needless to say, Kristen's grandfather is not happy she stole his book of spells.
The first was for being here without my permission. The second was for the lie you were about to tell.
Can you say that again? Only less Third Reichy? It's okay, he goes from hitting her to treating her hand wound. At least he knows how to take care of cuts or bruises that he didn't cause.
That is so totally outrageous.
This is the girl I'm gonna have to follow throughout the whole movie? Her little venture also didn't sit well with stereotypical fairy tale evil stepmom.
You broke the rules, you're gonna have to be punished.
He's already slapped me twice.
Well, that isn't gonna stay with you.
This is what happens when your mother is only 3 years older than you. Oh, and to make it worse, her brother is a terror as well.
You pervert! I'm not a pervert. I like seeing naked girls.
You keep wearing those pajamas and you'll never get to touch a girl.
Yeah, and you've got fucking big tits, and I'm gonna tell everybody I saw 'em.
Wait, you've been watching Los Tortugas Pinches, haven't you? At least there's one likable character in this movie.
My cat is the only friend I have left.
Whatever. I have friends. This movie isn't speaking to me in a weird way. I guess her address was also in the blood that she spilled, because the elf follows her home. Wait, that's not the elf, it's Jerry Sandusky! Don't worry, I'm sure the kid will explain this in a way that won't get him a bar of Light Boy soap in his mouth.
It was a fucking little ninja troll.
Is that the technical term? Fucking ninja troll? You sure it wasn't just Lee Van Cleef? Oh, Dan Haggerty, thank God you're here. I was getting worried about this movie's lack of a glorious beard. But first, he's got to toss back his paycheck for the movie, all while this orchestra is getting a sweet Casio sound out of their instruments. Wait a minute, what does that restaurant say? Golems? True, Gollum was my favorite of Santa's elves. Oh, sweet, Teen Phyllis and Rhoda to provide more insight.
Your stepmother's a royal bitch.
My mother.
Are you sure? Isn't she, like, too young?
She raises a good point. You and your mother are both 35. Meanwhile, Dan is looking for a job.
But I know you always need extra help around here at Christmas time. I'll do anything.
I'll even star in the movie Elves.
You take that sentiment outside, mister. It's Christmas time.
Well, Merry Christmas to you.
Excuse me? It's Merry Christmas, not Happy Holiday. Oh, wait, he said Christmas, didn't he? Yeah, carry on. Thank God I get to see Bad Santa the early years.
Nintendo? That's great. They're on sale today in the basement. Today only.
That normal? Do stores usually carry their sales in the basement? Say, Santa's job just got a little sexier.
Santa said oral.
No, he was just asking if you wanted Moral Oral on DVD. Also, what did you think was gonna happen? Wait, the elf is wandering through the store and no one fucking sees him? Oh, this is why no one saw the elf. They're all on coke. Holy shit, he's stabbing him right in the close-up shot. What the hell are the police gonna make of this?
Nothing like this has happened at Golems in 50 years.
Sign of the times.
An elf cut off Santa's dick 50 years ago? Kristen heads home to spend some time with her cat, and funny story about that. Yep, evil Marky Post killed her daughter's cat for no reason whatsoever. I'd kill her. I'd fucking kill her. Now the elf is the most likable character in this? Well, aside from Grizzly Adams, of course. Characters are either airheads, cat killers, or former Nazis. And the only person I saw the elf kill was a perverted Santa. And I may be jumping the gun here, but has the movie even called it an elf yet?
What did you see in the window?
A troll, a raccoon, I don't know, a ninja gremlin.
You know, we really shouldn't rule out goblins.
The goblins?
Kristen seems to be having a rather sad holiday season. I mean, Christmas season, or holiday season, Christmas season, whatever. Anyway, leave it to Dan to make her feel a little better.
Wouldn't be much like Christmas if it didn't snow. Everything looks so pretty when it's covered with snow, doesn't it?
Especially the car accidents. With their Santa left dickless, Dan decides to take over the role, and he even gets to stay in the same room they killed Gumby in. Plus, when you need to know a character's backstory, just have him talk to himself for no reason.
No, Ace. I'm not a detective anymore. I'm not even a store detective anymore.
There. Now I know he used to be a cop. From him talking to himself. Also, I mentioned Nazis a couple times earlier. Yeah, that isn't me making shit up. A group of former Nazis appear, and we learn that the elf was created by the Third Reich, so it can have sex with a virgin who will give birth to a master Aryan race. So now the Nazis are hunting virginal Kristen and the elf. I can't make shit like that up. If I could, I would have written a piece of shit movie called Elves. I also can't make up the dialogue in this thing.
When there is no more room in hell, the elves will walk the earth.
When there's no more room for originality, the screenwriter will rip off Dawn of the Dead. But who cares, right? It's Christmas. Just throw some titties at us.
Hey guys, what do you think?
I think we're still not getting higher than a PG-13. Dan, wanting to return to his police detective ways, starts doing a little research on the Christmas Nazi cult shit.
Excuse me, ma'am. I remember a book from college about mystical symbols and runes.
Occult Sciences, section 666.
Are you kidding me? That's gotta be a joke.
Even Dan is shocked at the depths this movie will sink. The girls, however, plan an all-night slumber party, and with any luck, maybe this will turn into the movie Chopping Mall. There's already hot guys who will be attending.
Life is long and life is hard. Kevin's is thick and Dave's is a yard.
Dave's isn't really a yard, is it?
Yes, his dick is literally 3 feet long. You fucking idiot! At least they can play dress-up before the guys arrive.
Hey, Brooke, check this out.
Every time these fucking girls are on screen, it's like I'm watching a Lost Gap Girls sketch.
Huh?
Yeah, you don't get that joke? Here, let me remind you.
I thought you were trying to lose weight.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
Oh, yeah.
You don't get it, do you?
No.
What they don't know is that Dan is also staying overnight in the store.
Cool Mexican standoff.
I don't think you know what that term means. Just like these guys probably don't know what sentences are.
Use the right tool for the right job.
My tools already oh, man.
Ugh, why would any of these girls want to sleep with these douches?
I'd rather just go through with it than get in a confrontation. It's easier.
Hear that, girls? Just say yes. 'Cause apparently it's gonna happen regardless. And intense, too.
Ew, just ruin the mood, why don't they? Gross.
Are you kidding? I've just graduated up to a half-chub. Of course, every great party has to be crashed by fucking Nazis. Yes, this is what I expected out of a movie called Elves. Grizzly Adams having a shootout in a department store with Nazis. Even the death scenes here are off. You expect the elf to kill these people, yes, but instead, the Nazis kidnap one of the girls and then shoot her in the head execution style. That's a little harsh for a slasher movie about elves. Oh, but at least the elf does torture this girl to death with tiny cuts. Also, why is this thing called... Anyway, why is this thing called Elves plural? So far, I've only seen just one. Good thing Dan turned into a giant bear before the police arrived. This movie could have been as simple as a killer elf loose in a department store killing teenagers. Look, the horn dogs didn't even make it inside the building. But instead, it's got a police investigation about elves and Nazis.
Look, man, I'm telling you what I saw, goddammit. I'm telling you I saw a 2-foot elf.
Good work. Halfway through and someone remembers the title of the movie. But these two are in serious trouble.
I'm sorry my friend's bled all over your fucking store. You want me to stay here and clean it up, asshole?
What is it about this girl's face that makes people want to hit it? No matter, it's up to Dee Dee Pfeiffer and Jerry Garcia to solve this case.
I feel like I should cry.
But that would require acting. At least now I know how the elf gets off, by sucking on fingers. Dan attempts to bring all of this to the attention of her parents.
It was a troll, not a raccoon, a troll.
Did you forget so soon that it's about elves? However, given the grandfather's Nazi past, he believes her about the elves.
There's no time to be afraid. There are many things that I have done that I must teach you to undo.
That's right, 16-year-old Valley girl. You must undo World War II. Oops, I think Dan walked in on Johnny Depp rehearsing for the Ninth Gate. He's getting more info on the elves, and you can tell how interested he is by how quickly he's walking. Of course, I'd be bored too, because this guy won't stop talking.
God is not pleased. It seems that the angels have been slipping down to the earth and begatting. Now, Noah, now there's a very fine fellow. Yes, he's worth saving. I'll save him. The little creeping things. Now, Are they insects? Maybe. Lizards, right? But about 50 years ago, there was a group that believed in elves that did one hell of a lot of killing. The Nazis.
How is he making a story about elves and Nazis boring?
You know, if you could ignore their brutality, you'd have to say they were just a bunch of crackpots.
Back at home, though, things are still shitty.
Mom, I've been so scared. I didn't know what was going on.
How do you think this scene is gonna end?
You remind me of your father. Impulsive. Self-centered. Narcissistic.
Take a lump of coal, jam it down her throat, and choke the bitch to death! Oh, but not before the twist.
Dad? You want to talk to Dad? Go down to the study and talk to him!
When are you saying Dad's dead?
A man in a study is your grandfather. And your father!
That's what I expected out of this movie. A reminder of Roman Polanski's Chinatown. What's gonna happen in this scene? A reference to Holiday Inn?
I want to know the connection between the elves and the Nazis.
Are you aware that that's a sentence that just came out of your mouth? And I'm sure the children in the room will be interested in this story too.
The Nazis did have some clever scientists. This was before today's technology, of course. Each elf was to house the haploid gene structure in its sperm cells to produce the master race. Once again, magical powers can't be hurt or killed.
Shouldn't he be out looking for Ferris Bueller? Maybe all of this will sound more eloquent when spoken by a fucking Nazi.
It was not traumatic for her at all. I would do nothing to hurt my own daughter. She was drugged and unconscious. I took no pleasure in it. It had to be.
Why?
To produce you.
Incest! That's one more thing that's now in this movie! I gotta say, I didn't expect the sequel to The Big Lebowski to be this goofy.
Well, they finally did it. They killed my fucking car.
I guess we're in the third act since the villains are starting to die. That was too quick of a death.
Could that be Santa?
Oh, no. That would just be ridiculous. They find the mother dead in the tub, and shit, they were up there so long, it turned daylight outside. Hopefully, Christmas hasn't been totally ruined for this kid.
What's wrong? Are we gonna be alright?
No, Willie. Gramps is a Nazi.
Great. Now I have to return that DVD of The Producers that I got for him. But I'm sure the kid wants to know what kind of Nazi you were.
What I was, what I am now, is unimportant.
I will pay the price for what I have done. I impregnated my own daughter to produce an offspring that would be suitable to the elf.
Not among the worst things the Nazis have done. Most things make sense when they're drawn over some titties, though. There, now we understand. Plus, the other Nazis show up. This movie is quite unpredictable. I didn't expect it to go all shot on shitty-o on me.
Now that hell is full, I wonder where you will go.
No!
You want to try saying something else? I'm sure that line sounded more badass in your head. The action escalates out into the woods, where... Did that girl's life just get saved by an elf who stopped her from getting raped by a Nazi? Doesn't matter. Now the elf is gonna rape her. This is too much for this kid. Maybe if he runs fast enough, he'll stumble across an E.T. ripoff. But thank God she selected the red stone.
Grandfather said I would know what to do. He said it was inside of me.
Yes, trust your grampy/daddy who raped your mother.
What are you gonna do?
Isn't it obvious? Stab it into the ground while the elf calmly watches you do it, and that will kill him. Oh, and if you're wondering where Dan is, he was shot earlier.
You're not going to win this one.
With editing that smooth, it's easy to understand why I'd forget that our hero was shot. Okay. We killed the elf at night, and now it's daytime. We can probably leave now. I'm just saying. We've been sitting in this position for 3 hours, and it's a little cold out here. Wait, what? The elf managed to impregnate her? Merry Christmas! The Nazis win! Hey, have you ever wondered what Troll 2 would be like if it were holiday themed and the acting was slightly better? Well, look no further. Seriously, what the fuck did I just watch? The world's only Christmas elf / incest / Nazi occult film. Gotta say, I've never seen that plot before. Much like how I've never seen another movie about goblins who turn people into plants so they can eat them. It doesn't make it a good movie. Plus, the word troll is used so many times in this movie, it'd make for a more appropriate Troll 3 than that one about trees. In fact, they use the word troll so much, it makes a more appropriate Troll 2. But alas, I will stick with real elf movies, thank you very much. Movies like... no, not really. Too loud. Okay, sure, that'll work. I'll stick with Ernest Saves Christmas.
I said no way. Whatever.